Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike from Cornfield Customs, and we're back again to do another tube bending video. So today I have to bend up our very first drag race style 2x3 by 120 wall back half. So got our first tube cut, standing here in front of the bender, got our bend worksheet, ready to type everything in as we go. So let's get the machine fired up and bend our first 2x3 drag race style back half. All right, let's get some bending lubricant inside the tube here. And now we can slide the tube into the machine. And we will shove the tube all the way in. So first thing we have to do, it's always a good idea, we're going to turn the machine on, and then we're going to go to jog the spindle. So right now you can see our spindle position's at 0.5, which it is not, it's zeroed. So I'm going to reverse the machine out until it deadheads and stays for a second, and then we will reset our zero position. Now it's at 0.0. This ensures that our bend angle is going to be accurate because we've zeroed out the spindle, we've zeroed out the computer, so now we can get ready to bend. So I'm going to come in, and I've got our bend worksheet here. I'm going to change our bend angle from 90 degrees to 68.9, which on our bend worksheet, the angle we need is 66.9, and then our spring angle is 68.9. So it has 2 degrees of spring back calculated in our worksheet. So now that we've got our bend angle set at 68.9, I can extend our mandrel. With the mandrel extended, I shoved the tube back in, and I've got our little cheater tube here to keep my fingers out of the way. And we'll line up our mark with our gauge at the face of the die, and I will extend our clamp die. So with that engaged, I'll go ahead and extend our pressure die, which you can see moving back here. And then we are ready to bend. All right, now that the machine is stopped, I'll retract our mandrel, which is pulling the mandrel out away from the tangent point inside the tube. Then I can release our pressure die, which is moving out and then back and out of the way. Then I can retract our clamping die, swing our swing arm out of the way, and I'll pull this tube out just a little bit, and I'll reverse our spindle and our female die back to our 0 point. And with the mandrel extended out, I can take our gauge and we'll zero out our mark on the tube with our gauge. Then I will extend our clamping die to come over and hold the tube into place. And then I will bring the pressure die in on the back side. And now we're ready to bend to 84 degrees. With our second bend done, I can go ahead and retract the mandrel out of the tube. Retract our pressure die out of the way. I can retract our clamp and move our swing arm out of the way. We'll tug the tube out of the way just a little bit. and we can zero out our spindle and our female die. So on this one, we're gonna have to rotate our tube to get our final bend. So we're all set up for bend number 3, except I still have to bring our pressure die in. But I ran into something I've never had to do before, and that was to take part of our control box mount loose. That way, as the tube comes through, it'll clear that. So that's a first I've had to do, but getting into these bends where it's got 2 in the same direction and then a 3rd where it swings out, it makes sense. So that's probably gonna be something I'm gonna run into more often, but surprising it took me 4 years to get to the point of bending and not had to take that off just yet. So there's a first for everything. So let me move our pressure die in and we'll bend the 3rd and final bend in our 2x3 back half. And with that bend, I can start retracting everything out. So we'll retract out our mandrel. Retract out our pressure die. Retract out our clamp die and swing that out of the way. And then I can pull the tube out and zero back the spindle. And now I'm ready to bend our 2nd rail. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosely put this back together and put some of our retaining bolts in the bottom just to hold this so I can use it until I need to take it back apart to do our 3rd bend on our other rail. So let me get this put back together and we'll get the other one bent. All right, that wraps up another frame rail bending video. As you can see behind me are the 2x3 by 120 back half frame rails. Here's the front, it kicks up over the rear axle, comes down and able to pick up a rear body mount section. So I want to thank you guys for checking out this video as well as many of my other videos that I'm working really hard on getting out. Drop down in the comment section, let me know what you're thinking of the channel, how the videos are going, what you'd like to see more of, or anything like that. Any kind of feedback you can give is greatly appreciated, and that'll finish it up for this video. So get out in the garage and make something and not excuses, and we will catch you on the next one.